So that's how everyone showed up here. Congratulations. If you saw the beginning of the video, there were a lot of sperm racing for one egg. In fact, there are 200 million sperm going for one egg. It's kind of confusing until you realize that bags go like soft directions. So it takes 200 million
I got a film.
for one egg. At the moment of conception, you have 20,000 genes, 10,000 from your mother and 10,000 from your father. A gene is a stretch of DNA that codes for a unit of life, say a unit of humanity, unit that is called a protein. So proteins are building blocks of your body, and they're created by genes. And proteins are also enzymes, and enzymes convert these proteins into everything else in the beginning, carbs, and everything else that you need in your body. Fats, everything is the product of genes ultimately. So DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid, DNA, and these are the four chemicals that make life. So they're called adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. But if you want to just remember, four letters, A, G, C, and G. So four letters make all of life. Your life, chimpanzees, rabbits, quails, bananas, strawberries, anything you can think of, it's just four letters. The English language is 26 letters, but life only four letters. The letters themselves are chemicals, and the chemicals, of course, are made of atoms. So where do the atoms come from? And 96% of the atoms are just carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen, and the rest are the other heavy elements in the periodic table. Where do they come from? They were manufactured in the crucible of burning stars, in supernova. So the carbon in your fingernails, the oxygen going to your brain right now, could have come from different galaxies. One from Milky Way galaxy, the other from Andromeda, another from Virgo, whatever. But it takes the whole universe to make you. It takes the whole universe to manufacture you, this present you that you are. And that activity has been going on for 13.8 billion years. Life began on our planet. Our planet is only 5 billion years old. Life began on our planet about 3.5 billion years ago. But humans have existed for approximately only 100,000 years. And we started to evolve very rapidly once we started to connect with each other through stories and through language. First oral language, and then written language, and now apps. So this has caused the growth of our brain exponentially. During the 9 months that you saw in that brief video, your DNA and your genes remember all of evolution. So you start out looking like a bacterium, and then you look a bit like a plant. Then you look like a reptile, then a reptile has what we call a reptilian brain. So if you look at my hands here on the side, this would be a nice handy model of the brain. Handy model. This is the spinal cord, this is the reptilian brain. And the reptilian brain evolved first. We all have a reptilian brain. If you go next to a reptile and make a sudden noise or a sudden movement, it has what is called a startle center. It will attack you or it will slither away. And that became the basis of the fight-flight response that we now call stress. So when I was in medical school, the way we remembered the functions of the reptilian brain were the 4 F's: feeding, fighting, fleeing, and reproduction. So, this is the brain. that is responsible for the fact that we're here. Had it not been for the 4Fs, we wouldn't be here. Okay. Survival. The second part of our brain is called the emotional brain or the limbic brain. So if I open my hand up here where you see my thumb, that's the emotional brain. So as the baby starts to come out of the birth canal, what happens is something very interesting. It swallows, inhales, and is covered by all the vaginal and other secretions of its mother. Even if it's a cesarean section, that happens, because there's a lot of secretions, there's a lot of goo. And the baby swallows that, inhales that, is covered by that. And that gives you 2.2 million additional genes in addition to the ones you got from your parents. So you have 20,000 genes from your parents, but 2.2 million genes from the secretions of your mother, which are bacterial genes, and that's called the microbiome. Okay, it's a very crucial part of genetic activity. Technically speaking, you're a few human cells hanging on to a bacterial colony. And these bacteria are the ecosystem of our planet. They're found in plants, they're found in dirt, they're found everywhere, in feces, in all the secretions, in our skin, in our gut, in our colon, in our eyes, in our mouth, and so on. And now what happens is, as you come out of the birth canal, hopefully there's a lot of touching and cuddling and cooing and kissing and licking and breastfeeding. And that creates a third structure as a result of experience. And we call that the epigenome. Epi because it's above the genes, and it's a bunch of proteins that respond to experience. Any experience right now, the experience that you're having, your epigenome is interacting with your microbiome and your genome. So this is an integrated activity of the genes that you got from your parents, the bacteria that you acquired upon birth, and every day that you acquire through your food and through contact with other people, with your siblings, with your parents, with your children. That all regulates our body as an activity. So it's important to understand, by the way, this is the latest book, After Supergenes, which takes the understanding of transformation from inside to the next level. And it just came out 2 weeks ago, if you're interested. But let's continue with our discussion, which is that the body is a dynamic activity, and from moment to moment, it doesn't look like it's changing, but it is. The activity never stops. In fact, it has never stopped since the beginning of the universe. The activity that we call the universe, which right now is your body, has never stopped for 13.8 billion years. And that goes back to ancient times when the Greek philosopher Heraclitus said, no man can step into the same river twice because it's a new man and it's a new river. So the physical body you're using right now to listen to me is not the one that you came in with when you entered this room. Even with one breath, you breathe in 10 to the power of 22 atoms, 10 followed by 22 zeros, that come from this into you. So you breathe in 10 to the power of 22 atoms. With every breath, you breathe out 10 to the power of 22 atoms, which are coming from all the cells of your body. So at a fundamental level, you're breathing out bits and pieces of your heart and kidney and brain tissue. And technically speaking, we're all intimately sharing our organs with each other right this moment. So, Walt Whitman, the American poet, said, every atom that belongs to you as well belongs to me. And this is not a metaphor, this is a fact. You could do some mathematics from radioactive isotope studies, and you could prove without a shadow of doubt that right this moment you have in your body at least 1 million atoms that were once in the body of Jesus Christ, or Moses, or Buddha, or Genghis Khan, or anyone you want to think about. In just the last 3 weeks, a quadrillion atoms, quadrillion means 10 followed by 15 zeros, have gone through your body, that have gone through the body of every other living species on this planet. So think of a tree in Africa, think of a peasant in China, think of a taxi driver in Calcutta. You have stuff in your body that was there 3 weeks ago. In 1 year, you recycle 98% of all the atoms in your body. At the atomic level, your stomach lining is different today than it was 5 days ago. Your skin recycles once a month. Your skeleton, which is hard and solid, is calcium, phosphorus. It recycles every 3 months. And your DNA, which I just told you, remembers the history of the universe. It remembers the history of the universe and it remembers the history of evolution. But the actual stuff that makes up your DNA, it comes and goes every 6 weeks, like migratory birds. So who are you? This is my year 2016 model. This is what I'm using to talk to you right now. And the last time I came to Los Angeles, I brought the same suitcase, not the same body. Okay, this is the deeper question. Who are we? And if you think you are your body, you have a problem. Which one are you speaking of? What we call our body is an activity, and it's activity of consciousness. It's an activity that is generated in what we call consciousness or awareness. We are aware beings, that's our fundamental nature. I'll come to that in a moment. That activity is in this form. The 5 senses, sound, touch, sight, taste, and smell, which are actually the activity. They're generated in consciousness, they're known in consciousness, and they're made out of consciousness. So too, consciousness has cycles: sleep, waking, dreaming. Consciousness is constantly assuming the activity of breath and nutrition and metabolism and what we call the environment. It's also, what we call the environment is an experience in our consciousness of sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts that are generated by our consciousness, that are known by our consciousness, that are made out of our consciousness. And so is nature, and so is the universe, and now this whole interaction that occurs as a result of experience, which we call mental activity, emotional activity, which is thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, memories, drives, imagination, creativity, intention, introspection, communication, evolution. All this is an activity, and just remember, it cannot be stopped. The activity that was the beginning of the lecture is gone. It's not there anymore. Now there's an activity, and there's followed by another activity. Even as I finish my sentence, the activity that was happening in the beginning of the sentence is gone. So you think about this for a moment. The past has already happened. The future is yet to come. And even this present moment, what you're experiencing, you can't hold on to, because as soon as it happens, it's gone. So when you realize this, you realize that your life is a dream. Wittgenstein, the German philosopher, once said, our life is a dream, we are asleep. But once in a while, we wake up enough to know that we are dreaming. That's the purpose of life. That's what we asked me. What is the whole point? What's the point of having a good body? What's the point of having good emotions, good relationships? What's the whole point if life is a dream? Well, you want to upgrade the dream, because the downgrading of the dream is eco-destruction, terrorism, war, pollution, climate change, nuclear weapons, mechanized death. Who wants to have a nightmare? If you're going to have a dream, you might as well upgrade it till you wake up. So what interferes with the